Hey there, this is Adam Hiley with Maniacal Labs. I've got a interesting little thing I picked up on Tindy, one of our fellow Tindy sellers. CyberCity Circuits just recently launched the CyberDigit, which, according to their posting, says it is a RGB 7-segment display board. Each segment is made of 3 WS2812 RGB LEDs. They're all the same LEDs that are used for NeoPixels, which, if you don't know, NeoPixels, WS2812, it's all the same thing. So, we obviously love all things blinky and awesome here, and I have a particular affinity for 7-segment displays, so had to pick some up. So I figured I'd show you what's in the box. And yeah, they're actually not too far from us down in North Augusta, South Carolina. So we'll get this all opened up here. And, ooh, cool, swag. So, yeah, CyberCity Circuits, from what I can tell, it looks like they make a bunch of different hobbyist kits and whatnot. They've got a Tindy store on their own website, which definitely recommend checking out. So it looks like we've got a badge of some sort here. So cool, we got CyberCity Circuits at Make Augusta. Nice, and there's a little switch on the back, so like the cassette skull and crossbones, that's awesome. And then this is, oh cool, it's an Arduino business card. So yeah, it looks like that's pretty awesome. Yeah, you've got the ATmega 328 slot there, some LEDs. I think I even have this exact footprint power plug or USB connector. Couple of resistors. The only thing on here that I don't actually have is they've got an axial package 10 microhenry inductor, which honestly, I have to admit, I've not seen on an Arduino before. Either way, I'm sure it has its reasons and I'll find that out, but that's pretty cool. Cool to see some extra stuff in there. Get the rest of this out of here, so I'm assuming this is the shipping manifest. Yep. There we go. And the good stuff. So yeah, these are selling right now for what was, I believe, is $9.50 a piece. Although I love, guys, brilliant. If you buy 4, you'll save 20%. Listed right there on the listing. Which, I mean, come on. If you have 7-segment displays, you need at least 4 to build a clock. I may have bought 10. But yeah, so we got each of them individually packaged here. Let's get one of these out and see what it looks like. Oh, nice. So there it is. So you can actually get that in frame. So yeah, so we've got, I believe this is a 40 by 80 millimeter roughly size. So yeah, 3 LEDs per segment on the display. We've got 2 mounting holes in the middle. Thank you. I hate seeing PCBs that don't have mounting options. And we've got an input on one side down here and an output on the other side, as well as the top and the bottom. Looks like the ones on the bottom here were designed more for chaining one display to the next, which is really nice to see. I'm assuming, given that this one here is offset inside, it's meant for probably a female right angle connector there than with a male one on this side. I'm guessing. We'll find out. So yeah, that looks really cool. I love the nice matte finish on this. Altogether, it looks like a really cool board. And I actually talked with one of them before because I had some plans for these and I wanted the step files or like a CAD file for this. I don't believe... not that I can find, and that's okay, not everyone has to. This is not a completely open source design or anything like that, but after a discussion I had with one of them online, it looks like they now on GitHub have put up the step file exported from KiCad, so that's super handy. That'll definitely come in handy in a minute once I start designing something with these. So yeah, it's good to see that they've got the capacitors on each LED there for nice smooth power for each of them. Everything's well labeled. Yeah, this is going to be cool. So yeah, and obviously they're meant to be chained together. I'm assuming that there's some particular pattern to how these go in. Probably not in the standard A through F 7 segment setup because it's a little bit hard to do. I've tried to do it before. It's a little bit difficult to do when you're doing chained LEDs because you'd have to route things very weird. But I'm going to assume it probably, comes in the top, goes down, comes up, and then goes back to here. I don't know. We'll find out once we get it hooked up. So yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm going to solder, some headers on here and see about putting together maybe a little clock with this. And I'll be back in a bit. Oops, might need these. All right, and we're back. So yeah, that was a fun little build, and yeah, here we are. I call it the cyber clock. So yeah, obviously, like I said, you have to have 4 digits. I still have 6 left, which I'll use for probably, I don't know, something else, another one of these. So this is obviously 4 of the CyberDigits. Controlling all of this is an ESP32 dev board. I think it's the Node MCU. It's what was in my drawer. And we've got the whole thing made out of a nice thick stack of acrylic, all laser cut. I think there's, let's see, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stack, or 12 pieces, which this thing is pretty hefty. It's heavier than I was expecting it would be. But yeah, all nicely stacked in there. And then the 4 digits in there, they're actually screwed in into some of the central plates, but you can't see because there's a completely opaque sheet with holes cut in it that kind of act as a light guide, and then with 2 sheets of smoked acrylic. Normally I'd only use 1, but the smoked acrylic I had on hand was a little bit too light, so I wanted to get it a little bit darker for the look that I wanted. Because as you can see with this, when a light's off, you can't even see the hole that's there, which is the effect that I was going for. I like the hidden, setup of it. So yeah, that's pretty much all. It's all USB powered. I use the ESP32 basically because then I never have to set the time, which is wonderful. It's also set up with standard captive portal, so you can automatically set the Wi-Fi when you need to. And that's really it to it. Obviously I have to go with rainbow numbers because they look cooler than a static color. And in a second here, it should do a nice little animation. Actually, it's going to do the special 1 hour animation. It does one every 5 minutes, and then it does a different one on the hour, just to kind of, break up the monotony of it. And all the design files for this are going to be on GitHub as right when the video is posted. They'll be up there. Then they're not. Currently, as I'm filming this. Yeah, so it should be easy enough to make. I could have also 3D printed a case, but sometimes laser cutting is the aesthetic that I'm feeling in that particular day. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, just a little chase animation. And yeah, I actually was right. It comes around, goes up, and then goes in the middle one, and then goes to the next one, and goes up, and then goes to the middle segment. I was correct with that. So yeah, all in all, the CyberDigit is really awesome. I've done lots of displays like this, and it's not like I couldn't personally have made a 7 segment out of things like that, but it's really nice to see a really well executed implementation of a 7 segment with the digital LEDs, as well as one that's really reasonably priced. I mean, less than $10 a digit. That's you can't really go wrong with that. Especially it's only $8. I believe when it's when you buy 4 or more. So yeah, that's it for me for now. Hope you enjoyed this. Check out the CyberDigit and check out the other stuff that we've got on Maniacal Labs' Tindy store. We still sell the All Pixel, which you could use to control this instead of the if you wanted to control them from a computer or something instead of from ESP32, and all those other products like that. So thanks. Bye.